So with the announcement of the International Challenge for February 2017, and with Megastones on the line, I think it's once again time for this Reshiram to discuss not how to assemble a team, but how to counter certain team members. So this will be the first time I come to you with an online competition without actually bringing out a team you can use. Instead, I'm going to focus on what makes a particularly popular Pokemon dangerous and what you can do to counter it. For those of you who pay attention to the big tournament competition, the Road to International VGC, the top 8 teams consisted of fairly similar teams, with the exception to maybe one. We're going to take the most popular picks for all the teams and examine what it is about them that makes them so popular and so powerful, as well as ways to counter them. For this video, we'll take a look at Celesteela. Now, at first, Celesteela's stats don't exactly make it a wow Pokemon to anyone. It doesn't have the stats or anything else to differentiate it from the other Ultra Beasts besides its typing, but this is what makes Celesteela powerful. The combination of Steel, Flying is shared by only one other Pokemon across the generations, and this is Generation 2's Sugimori. This type combo grants a total of 8 resistances, 2 immunities, and only 2 weaknesses, and damaged normally by only 6 types. Right off the bat, this typing is incredibly dangerous. Only one other duo typing grants more immunities, and that is the duo typing of Fairy and Steel with similar weaknesses and immunities, but grants 1 additional resistance. With all of these resistances and immunities, this combo is probably what makes Celesteela the most dangerous of all the Ultra Beasts, in terms of what punishment it can take. When it comes to moves, Celesteela has access to the 3 most dangerous moves in Pokemon when you're looking to stall someone out and slowly weaken them into defeat. The moves I refer to are, of course, Leech Seed, Substitute, and Protect. The fact that if it comes down to a one-on-one fight, unless the Pokemon Celesteela is facing one of the 2 types it's weak to, or a Pokemon with a lot of firepower, Celesteela will eventually win the battle by simple stalling tactics. For the 4th move, some people like to give their Celesteela Heavy Slam for offense, as Celesteela is the heaviest of all Pokemon, and the move will ensure maximum damage against anything that isn't heavy or resistant to steel types. With the ability Beast Boost, an ability which improves Celesteela's highest stat, and many can turn Celesteela into a supremely defensive tank, eventually winning all battles by simply outlasting them. Finally, thanks to the Steel typing, the only Pokemon capable of forcing a Celesteela to switch tactics from defensive stall to offensive aggro is Salazzle, with her ability to poison any Pokemon regardless of type using the move Toxic. All of these things combined, stats, typings, moves, and ability, combine to give Celesteela nearly indomitable power and usage, as there is very little that can outlast or straight up defeat a Celesteela in a one-on-one fight. However, while this Pokemon is mighty, Celesteela is not invincible. Since we can guess this Pokemon will be on a majority, if not every team, we can prepare counters to it by bringing in a Pokemon for our teams specifically to counter it. Now then, our first step is to bring in a Pokemon to counter it. So our first look is Alolan Marowak. Thanks to Alolan Marowak's typings, giving it a Thick Club, an Adamant Nature, and the move Flare Blitz will guarantee a one-hit knockout on the Celesteela if the attack connects. This is by far the simplest counter. Overwhelm its defensiveness with power. The only way Celesteela survives this is with +1 into defense, and even then, if it isn't at full HP when it gets hit, it will not survive, and even then, with a defense boosting nature, max defense EVs, and even the +1, it's still going to take 71 to 84% damage. Moving on to overwhelming power user number 2, Tapu Koko and any other electric type with a powerful special or physical attack. With the power of Electrium Z, Celesteela's Protect will not save it from suffering massive damage if it tries to protect. The following turn, if Celesteela is still standing, a follow-up electric attack will destroy it. This can also apply to any fire-type Pokemon as well. Up next is a Pokemon I mentioned before, Salazzle. Salazzle's typing of fire and poison, plus her ability Corrosion, makes her the perfect counter to stalling Celesteela's. Despite how physically frail Salazzle is, her typing makes her resistant to Celesteela. Even the mighty Heavy Slam and Leech Seed of Celesteela will not knock out this fire lizard before the combination of fire attacks, toxic poison, and damage output of Salazzle knocks it out. The final counter to Celesteela is a clever one on my personal part, but if you are willing to punish Celesteela users and want to take a gamble, I'm going to throw out Tapu Fini as a counter. Tapu Fini's typing makes it take neutral damage to steel types, despite being half fairy. But what gives Tapu Fini an edge is that she knows the move Defog. For those who don't know, Defog not only reduces the evasion of opposing Pokemon, but it removes any Leech Seeds that have been planted. Giving Tapu Fini leftovers, Aqua Ring, and the move Defog will make Celesteela have a difficult time defeating the Tapu, as the Tapu will have the ability to outlast the tankiest Pokemon in the game. The final counter to Celesteela is simply to attack it with everything you have as soon as it hits the field. No matter the risk, the longer Celesteela is on the field, the harder it gets to defeat it. So there you have it, what makes Celesteela dangerous and how to counter it. Stay tuned for more VGC counters. Until next time, stay tuned my fellow tacticians.